Episode 3 of... I can't believe it's episode 3. What to expect when you're...
Not expecting cancer.
I'm Kate.
I'm Christa.
We're back. I have stage 4 breast cancer. And Christa?
I have stage 2B metastatic cervical cancer.
So quick update on both of us. Our last video I was telling everybody how I was going in for my mastectomy. Well, I did on the 20th of June. I am almost 4 weeks recovery now.
Doesn't she look awesome?
It has been a slow and hard recovery.
But you're so lucky you got a free boob job.
I know. No boob job. I lost a boob and there is no reconstruction for my type of cancer. So emotionally, I'm dealing with some stuff. Physically, I'm allowed to drive again. I still have 3 weeks of no lifting and still have a nurse coming. But
still no pool.
Still no swimming, which is why we're at least looking at my pool. It doesn't mean that I get to swim with my kids yet, but soon. But thank you so much to everybody who's sent me well wishes online, who has sent me gift cards, the meals that have been coming. My girlfriend who set up a meal train has been amazing. Just thank you for all the love and support. Really, really does mean a lot, and I have listened, and I have read, and I do, hopefully in the next little while when I'm feeling more energy, I'm going to get back to each and every one of you personally. Thank you so much. And Christa, update for you.
Yeah, so it's been a roller coaster ride recently. It looked like I was going to do a clinical trial drug, and then I was denied for that. And my oncologist appealed, but then denied again. So it's been a bit frustrating because I feel like we need to move forward with treatment.
Self-advocating here.
And it's been hard. So right now it looks like radiation is the way forward. We've done some mapping already. So I had a CT scan. I got 4 new tats.
Yeah.
One's right there.
Never had a tattoo in my life until I got cancer.
Badass. It looks like a freckle. So 4 new tats, and they'll radiate 25 days in a row on my chest. So It's going to be intense. Fatigue, esophagitis where you have difficulty swallowing,
ammonia,
long-term effects, heart issues, and possible increase for breast cancer. But it's something that's going to help me move forward and hopefully treat this area. And then afterwards, hopefully we can look into something else that can treat my whole body.
There's a lot of myths out there, and there's something that we have both experienced personally. And we want to share it with you and see if you've experienced it, or make sure if you are the caregiver or a friend of a patient or trying to help that you don't fall into this pitfall and do it as well. Shaming.
Yeah.
So once you have
Food
cancer,
shaming.
Food shaming. Your taste buds change. Chemotherapy you usually don't want to eat. Even radiation, where you're having radiation, swallowing might become a problem.
Yep.
So certain things are not going to taste well or go down well. So there's some food shaming out there. For example, if somebody sees you eating something sugary, let's say a cookie or maybe a juice box or a fancy coffee, you might have people give you a dirty look. Like, that's sugar. Why are you having sugar?
Sugar feeds cancer. You need to cut sugar completely out of your diet.
This is a myth, people. This is a scientifically bunked myth. Very similar. This myth reminds me of the vaccine myth. But don't get your kids vaccinated. It's going to give them autism. Again, a debunked myth.
Science tells us otherwise. Sugar feeds every cell in your body, and it's a myth that sugar feeds cancer.
Yeah.
So that's not to say that you can just eat donuts and cookies all day long, because
we don't want anybody obese or diabetic or anything like that. But if you're out in a beautiful day like today and you want to have an ice cream with your kids or your husband or your best friend, do it.
Do it and enjoy every second of it.
The shame is hard because maybe you finally
tell me more about why does it feel like it's shame and not, because I say, oh, here, I'm just trying to help. I read that baking soda helps. So why are you interpreting
feeling of
it as
shame is because it's like, do you think I'm not trying to make myself better? Do you think I would not bathe in baking soda, drink it by the gallons if I knew it was going to cure my cancer?
My mom still buys us chocolate for Easter, and this year she was like, all my coworkers said that sugar feeds cancer, so I doubted whether or not to get you chocolate. I was like, give me the chocolate.
Your cells do need sugar. I mean, I'm not a doctor. Again, We are not medical professionals, Christa and I, but your cells need sugar to survive and, grow and everything else. So yes, your body does need sugar. Apples, fruits, these things have sugar in it. Some vegetables too.
Have you ever thought about taking baking soda?
Yeah.
No, this one was probably my favorite because actually people have died from ingesting baking soda, and the doctor who said that it works is being sued for malpractice.
Huge.
Baking soda is really great. It has some other uses like taking out deodorizing, taking out scents.
Yep.
During treatment, it was actually great because I had radiation in my pelvis area, so it was great to put in sitz baths.
Oh, yeah.
So if you've ever been pregnant, you probably have heard of taking the sitz bath, so it works wonders for that.
And then swishing with a little bit of warm water. Mouth sores.
Yeah, it helps prevent mouth sores, so that is great. It's not great for ingesting, and it will not cure your cancer. Oh, so Kate, is your body's just so acidic, and that's why you got cancer. So you just have to eat lemons.
That's it. That's all I had to do.
Yeah, and that would have prevented the cancer. This one's already
should have moved to Florida. Yeah, so alkalinity, you're going to hear this a lot too, which does have some, because when you get your blood taken, you will see your alkalinity levels and such. But eating a lemon is not going to change your chemistry inside your body. Again, I am not a doctor. I am just speaking from practical knowledge here of what you put in your body and you don't put in your body is important. So, yes.
Another one, flaxseed. Oh, you just have to eat flaxseed.
On everything.
Eat
ground it up.
Of it every day.
Put it in your smoothie. Put it on top of your salad. Put it on your yogurt. Now, I just said yogurt. So here's another one you're going to hear a lot.
Dairy. Do you still eat dairy?
Oh, gosh, no. Yes, I still eat dairy. I have 3 kids in the house. There's always milk in the house.
But it caused your cancer.
Nope, that did not cause my cancer.
And what about meat?
Meat did not cause my cancer, although I am more of a pescatarian, which means I just eat fruit, vegetables, and fish. But feeling-wise, my body was not digesting red meat very well anymore.
And you're allergic to chicken.
And I'm allergic to chicken. Again, I am a weird animal, I know.
Chicken, I'm allergic to green beans.
See?
Maybe that caused
we can't be a southern. We can't be a southern meal with grits on the side.
Mm-mm.
You do not have to become a vegetarian or a vegan or cut out all things that are animal-based, which means even honey. Like, come on now.
That said, if eating a vegetarian diet makes you feel good, when you're eating it, you're like, oh, I feel amazing, I have energy, then do it. But don't do it because you think because the meat caused your cancer or you think that it's going to cure your cancer. Maybe it will, probably it won't, but it might make you feel good. So that is a great reason to pursue
And this is
some
the
of these
time
diets.
that you should try once you become a cancer patient or you know a cancer patient. Try it. It's expensive. I get it. Trust me, I get it.
Oh, organic?
Organic.
Say, yeah.
Organic and grain-fed beef and
free range.
Yeah, free
eggs,
range stuff that you know where it's coming
beef.
from, not just mass-produced beef and chicken and all that sort of stuff. If you can. If you can't, totally fine. I mean, I totally understand that and I get that. We do a lot of organic in this house, but we try and just do the dirty dozen as much as we can as the organic, and everything else not organic, because it's extremely expensive for a family of 5.
For sure, we know that lifestyle factors do play a role in developing cancer. But that said, if it was the answer, then you would never see a vegetarian or a vegan with cancer, right? Ever. If that was truly the answer, then you wouldn't see that, and you still do.
Or the alcohol thing. Children have cancer, and we know children are not drinking wine, 2 to 3 glasses.
Unless you put a little rum on their soother. Kidding.
Our age, right? Our generation, this is what happened to us. So it's our parents' fault. No, I'm just joking. Now, while I was going through chemotherapy and even radiation, I did not want alcohol. It just did not. Even coffee was not for me.
I did. Just a little bit. I had a special glass, and it was tiny. And so when my husband would have beer, we'd have wine with dinner, I'd be like, okay, fill up my special glass. So then I felt like I was participating. Yeah, and I didn't feel excluded. Yeah. And granted, it tasted very different. Yes. So wine did not taste the same when I was going to the chemo. And sure, I drank lots of water to help my liver process it. Yep. But I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's just, If you socially have a glass of wine on a Friday night with your husband, or you meet the girls for bar night on Tuesday night, or guys, if you're a man, you go and have to the pub.
Yeah.
If you still enjoy it, do it. Just don't excessive, because yes, your liver is processing a lot of alcohol. But if you're a caregiver, don't not invite your best girl out for girls' night. Even there's some religion shame that might come to you.
So I've been told that I had cancer because I was not a good Catholic, and then I needed to go to church more and confess, and then that would take care of it. God would just be like, well, now that Christa has gone to church, I'll just take the cancer out of her body.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it doesn't happen that way. I think prayer can be really great for a lot of people, and it can be a support system for them, but there should not be shame with religion.
No, there should not be shame for religion. Any religion. We're not even talking about Catholicism or anything like that. You could be a Buddhist, you could be anything, but don't, press it onto the patient or us or the caregivers of a patient.
If you want to pray for us,
please,
awesome. Please, we would love that.
And I love when I get the messages that we were praying for you and your family, because it is a family affair.
Mm-hmm.
And good wishes are good wishes, whether it comes in a card, a quick little visit, a little gift at the door, or a prayer. These are all things we welcome, but just do not shame someone.
It just adds stress to your life, and
which can cause cancer.
Yeah.
I will say stress does fuel cancer.
Yeah.
It definitely fuels cancer. And that comes to the next point, quality of life, right?
Yes, quality of life. So quality of life is important, because if I knew being vegan, exercising every day like crazy, running a marathon would take my cancer away, I would do that. But
signed up.
Because we don't know that it helps, then I'm going to have a great life. And if my great life includes a little bit of wine, a little bit of ice cream, then that's the life I'm going to have.
Christa and I were fortunate enough, thank you very much, someone donated us tickets to a concert, and we went with our husbands. I don't even remember the last time I went out like adults and to a concert. We went for dinner.
Yep.
We had a big fancy downtown Toronto dinner, and we also had wine with dinner.
We did. I had champagne. And
yes,
you had
I had a martini. Like,
it was delightful.
It was totally out of what we do every day, but we treated ourselves, and quality of life was important. We enjoyed every moment of it, and just a little bit. I mean, even staying up late. When was the last time we did that? We have kids. We don't stay up late.
Yeah, and the concert was amazing. The tickets were donated by BPL Law Firm in Toronto, and it just was an amazing night out.
And this is over 2 weeks ago now, and we're still riding off of the joy of it. So little things go a long way. And if you need to do something, go out for, even if it's a getaway with your girlfriends and stay in a hotel, even if it's in your same town, do it.
And it's a hard balance too, because when you're immune compromised, you have to pick and choose what you want to do, because worst case scenario, you do something, you get sick, you're hospitalized for an infection, and
treatment stops, everything stops. So picking and choosing what you're going to do with your time is, again, quality of life. And if you want to go to that concert, even though it's something totally that you don't do anymore, do it.
Do it, and don't be worried the whole time, because that's worse, to be at the concert and worried, oh no, that person's coughing, am I going to get sick? And then you don't enjoy what you're doing.
And then you're living in a bubble.
Yeah, and it's probably worse to have that added stress.
Yes.
You're not actually enjoying your life. So I know I struggled with this a lot too, because I had a young one.
Yes.
And as you know, kids are germ factories.
I call them my 3 Petri dishes.
So if he gets
Summer, Lindsay, Blake, I love you to death, but you're my 3 Petri dishes. You're children. You touch everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
And then they get sick, you get sick, right?
Mommy always gives the kisses. Mommy always is making the meals and wiping the noses, wiping the other parts too.
Yeah.
So my 3 Petri dishes love you, but my immune system, I have to be super, super careful.
Yeah, so we had to be really careful, but...
No more changing diapers for a little while when you were doing chemo.
I still did.
See, I took that as my pass.
Yep. I just didn't do the cat litter. I delegated scooping the poop for the cats to the husband.
See? Lemonade, ladies and gentlemen, making lemonade.
So that was a really hard time for me when I was immune compromised, because you have to pick and choose what you do, and I'm a little bit more liberal when it comes to, well, you know, I'll just put a mask on, I'll wash my hands
Make
more.
it work.
My husband's a lot more conservative that way.
So is mine.
This worth the risk?
So is mine.
And so my catchphrase
yes.
then and now is, just let me live my life. I felt like
It's
a teenager
true.
again, where I'm like, just let me go out, just let me live my life. But quality of life is so important
Quality
to
is
me.
a life, and you're going to hear this term, and I think we've touched on it before, the new you, the new me.
Yes.
And it truly
new
does
normal.
happen, the new normal, because things that you never thought about or experienced are constantly at the forefront of your mind, and that's hard. So it's your new normal to be worried, have hand sanitizer everywhere. It's your new normal if somebody asks if they can bring you dinner to say, yes, absolutely, but make sure that nobody in your home is ill when you're preparing this meal, because hard to believe that if somebody coughs near a prepared dish of pasta and I ingest it, I'm going to have that cough. That's how immune compromised we are. So it's the new normal, and for me, it's now finding new clothes. For me, that's going to be my new normal, and that's retail therapy was something that I used to go to a lot. I wanted to recently when I was downtown Toronto in between appointments, and I just couldn't do it.
I just bought some shirts yesterday. Yes. Because a lot of my this shirt is fine, but a lot of them are kind of tank tops and low cut, like cleavage shirts, even though I don't have cleavage. And I had to go shopping yesterday because I needed something that was higher up.
Because the radiation.
To protect my chest,
Because for radiation, your skin becomes super thin and super, almost not translucent, but
it can
the
get
radiation,
raw.
raw. And the radiation, actually, the burn comes from the inside, slowly comes up to the surface.
Because your cells don't have time to regenerate.
Yeah.
And so
it's not like a sunburn. It's hard to explain.
It's just kind of raw, so you have to put lotion
Lots
on and make it moisturize, help.
And comfortable clothes, right?
Yeah.
So all cotton, nothing scratchy. So again, here comes cancer costing you money for something you weren't going to do and not fun.
And then afterwards too, so I have to, for the rest of my life, be very careful in the sun because I'm more prone to sunburns. And so I do have to cover up and just kind of be more mindful about my chest area.
Which is funny because I've always been mindful of the sun. I've always had the big hats. Like I've always said I'm truly patriotic. I have two colors. I'm my pale white self or I'm red. Just like our flag. I'm truly patriotic.
Canada. Keep your questions and comments coming.
More questions, more comments. If you have ideas for us, if you have organizations that have been really helpful to you, we'll put it at the end again, a list of all organizations out there. If you'd like to contact us and post our videos, we are more than willing to let you do that. We want the word to get out. We want to share and help. And just from our experiences, if we can help somebody sitting in that waiting room looking around saying, I am so lost and I have no help in the world, we want to be that for you.
Yeah, we're there.
We are there. We're there for each other. Let us help others too.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.
But, sorry, I was going to say something about, brain fog.
See, it happens all the time. All the time.
Yeah, so...
Train's back.
So it's left the station for a second. It's back. So no, left again. How do I reword
That
this?
was my fault.